to my channel. Today we'll be talking about situationships. I wanted to talk about this for a long time. Not a long time. I had the idea like a year ago, and then I don't know, maybe because I was in like this weird situationship, I didn't want to do it. Like it felt like a lie. Like how I'm gonna talk about situationships and I'm in one. So yeah, so I decided to go ahead and do it. Mind you, I filmed this intro already, and like my head looked like even more of an egghead. So I added a little what's this called? I added a little headband. I changed my robe so not be cold because it's a cute robe. It's not a warm robe. But anyway, so this is gonna be a segment that I like to call Robe Talks. So basically you just get comfortable. It's gonna be like kind of like a girl talk kind of thing. Get comfortable, get a drink. I was supposed to get kombucha. I don't drink, but like if you guys like wine, hard liquors, sweetie, I don't know, whatever your preference is, you can go ahead and do that. But I did not feel like putting on my contacts. I just really hate putting on contacts for no reason. So if I'm touching my glasses a lot, I apologize. Well, what is there to apologize for? But if I'm touching my glasses a lot and it's annoying y'all, like, you know, my bad. But so yeah, so I actually outlined this like I want to say like 3 weeks ago, and I don't know, I was like, I'm gonna film after work. I'm gonna film after work. And then after work came and I was exhausted, and I've literally been recovering ever since 3 weeks ago. So I wish I would have wrote a date on it. Actually, I think I have like a video of when I first finished this outline, because I'm like real serious, y'all. When I said I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Is there something in my glasses? Oh, and I have this, I tried the Fenty. I just moisturized my hands and I feel like they look dry. Anyway, ignore the broken nail. I tried the Fenty Pro Lush or whatever, Luscious Lips and Latte Lips, and it is so cute. Side note, y'all, I don't know why I didn't do this like in the day when no one was here. Now everyone's here. I literally have like 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna stop filming because I signed up for this. You know what? It don't matter. The point is the video gonna get done. But let me show y'all what I was about to show y'all. Oh my gosh. I did this October 6th. Because this is when I did like, I don't know if y'all could see the date up top. Oh my gosh, I was watching Sisters and I was writing this. I did this October 6th. Today is October 27th. I need to get better. If you don't know, my name is Ibney. Welcome back to my channel. And it's gonna be situationships. So I feel like I've been in, you know, a lot of situationships and I've changed my ways. So it's like I'm demanding more. I'm not even expecting, but I'm demanding more for myself or whatever. And it's been going good. So being coy, it's been going good. So basically I have like literal outline pages, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm definitely gonna have to pause this and go to my class, but I'm gonna pick it back up and hopefully I'm not sweaty because it's like, why is there so much paper here? Because it's like a 90-minute class. I wanted to do very in depth. If my glasses are crooked, can y'all tell? No, y'all tell me. I wanted to do, and let me know if you guys like the lighting. I wish I would have hung up those paintings I was talking about in my last vlog. It would have looked mad cute. But yeah, so basically it's gonna be what is it, how to maneuver it, and I tried to do this in like a problem solving. So it's like, what is the problem, analyze the problem, solve the problem. The problem right now is situationships. Baby, you need to be freed if you in one. If that's what your thing is and you like it, then more power to you. If you do not, or maybe I should put more lotion on my hands. But if that's not your thing, if you want, like, mind you, I'm not even like an expert. I just been in a lot and I woke up one day and I was like, enough is enough. So if you like it, I love it. Like, if that's you, if that's what you want to do, if it doesn't hurt your feelings, if it doesn't put stress on you or your heart or your future plans, then that's all well and fine. This is more so, like I said, it's a rope talk. Like, we can have a discussion in the comments, but it's more so it's more so for people. I don't want to say educational, because I'm not like, you know what, just watch the video and see. So what is the problem? Analyze the problem, solve the problem. That's basically kind of like what I'm going to be looking at my notes a lot. I did not like pre-practice. Maybe I should have, but I'm going to be looking at my notes a lot. And I feel like there's something blurry on my glasses. If you guys can, oh, the headband is making my egghead look way better in comparison to what it was at before, because but anyway, okay, so wait, let me open, because I did screenshots of stuff as well. I look like I'm bloated. Ugh. I did screenshots, and I need to slouch down some so I could be in camera. So I did screenshots of stuff as well. So let's just dive into it. So what is it? Oh wait, this is the first page where I was writing stuff down. So okay, let's get this on the road. So what is it? It is a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal. Why am I thinking? That is not considered to be formal or established. Less than a relationship, more than a casual encounter or a booty call. Typically, all the benefit of a relationship without the actual... Okay, typically all the benefits of a relationship without actually being in a relationship. So the difference is obvious. One is serious and one is clearly not. So, and then what do you want? So throughout this video, I want you to be thinking about, like, what is it you want? What is it that, do you want to be in a situation? Do you want to be in something casual that you don't have to answer to anybody? You don't have to do all the things that come with being in a relationship. You don't necessarily have to grow. You don't have to think about a future, like any of that stuff. You really just hanging with them every now and then. That's really all it is. Like, just enjoying each other's company for a moment, but not like thinking nothing of it. You get me? So yeah. So 2, how do you get looped in / fall victim? How does this happen? It's a lot. Oh, you know what I did write? I said there's a note on the previous line. It says, may actually have feelings for you, but may not be enough to make you anything more. Keep that in mind. Like, I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, you get dragged into the he like me or he or she like me, they want to be with me, and it's like, y'all ever seen that Beyonce meme? Like, no, if they liked you, they would have. That's basically it. If they liked you, then baby, they would have. You would not be sitting here single if they wanted to be with you. And a person could be like, oh yeah, I really want to be with you. No, they don't, because you're not together. You're not together. And I'm not talking about people. I'm not talking about side chicks at all. Please, that this is not a side chick. This is not a side chick kind of video. I'm talking about 2 single people. So if how do I, there's no other way to put it. This is really just 2 very single people. So if you're, first of all, it's just my opinion. If that's how y'all want to live, y'all can go ahead and do it. This is like a judgment-free zone. If you don't want to, I mean, wrong is wrong, but this is a judgment-free zone. It is wrong, but ain't nobody, you know, that's your thing. But this is a video for for like single situations. Like if that person is in a relationship, this is not the video for you. We are not talking about side chicks. Like when I say if they would have whatever. This is just two single people. You know, I don't feel like I gotta keep stressing it. So okay, so when I say like they may want you but they not with you, it's not like 30 minutes, geez. If they say, when I say they may want you but you're not together, this is not like, oh, he's gonna leave his girlfriend for me. No, this is not that type of video. This is two single people. If that man is single, first of all, even if your relationship, he is not leaving that woman for you. But anyway, if a man is single, you are single, there's nothing stopping y'all from being together. This is not the old age. This is not Game of Thrones. Yeah, if that man is not betrothed, not in any kind of relationship, like there is nothing stopping him from being with you. He just does not want to. Like that is it. That is what I've learned. Like a man who wants to will, a man who doesn't won't. And it's easier to say, yeah, I want you, but can we just keep doing this, as opposed to, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with you, so I don't want you. I don't want to keep talking to you. Because one thing, I was about to say something else. One thing a man will do is keep playing you for as long as you allow him. So basically, if he's telling you that he doesn't want to be with you, most men are not man enough to be like, let's just cut ties. He clearly, you want to keep messing with him, so he gonna let you keep messing with him. That's really all it is. That's it. And then it's gonna keep happening until your little feelings get hurt. And then what? And this is, I'm not doing this to be mean. This is just like stating facts. If that man wanted you, he would have, baby. He would have. So how does this happen? So we have false promises, delusion. Delusion ties up into what we just talked about. Like, you know, I can change him, or I still want to deal with him even though he doesn't want anything serious, but you know you want something serious. Like, you're creating delusion. Like, you know, like you will never change that man. That man will never want to be with you. And even if he does, usually men want to be with you when it's too late. So how does that happen? False promises. I feel like my voice sounds weird, but false promises, delusion, hope for change, same thing as delusion or whatever. And it can be multiple things. That's just what I have dealt with in the past and what I've noticed, like talking to other people, not like talking, but like other women, listening to them. That's just the thing I've noticed. It's always false promises, like, oh, we're gonna be together, or delusion. You fall into whatever, you know, little fantasy you got going on, or hope for change. Like, yeah, he'll want me one day, I'm gonna change him one day. That kind of stuff. So noticing red flags. So and I actually Googled this to help me. So no conversations or plans for the future, no growth. They don't set intention setting, I've learned, is so important. If that person, and granted, I'm not gonna sit here and say that go with the flows don't work, but most of the time they don't work. Like, it has to be like a very special circumstance. Like, there are a lot of people that aren't looking for relationships and they just go with the flow and they end up in a relationship. But a lot of the time, especially like we're in a climate where people love playing games with you. Like, that's just where we are right now in the world. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I guess like a whole bunch of people got their heart broke, and then it got their heart broken, and then it just trickles down and trickles down and trickles down. And now we have a mindset of, I'm gonna get mine before, you know, like, I'm gonna just use him up. Or it's just a really weird mindset type thing going on right now. So people, I feel like, will play you to the best of their ability, and sometimes they might not even notice that they're sometimes they might not even notice that they're playing you per se. So we said, so the set intentions thing, I already explained the go with the flow. Unspoken limitations. If you're like, you know how you're uncertain about things, like if it's not bringing you peace, like uncertainty does not bring peace. So it's like, no one likes being uncertain. If you always feel uncertain and it's just, if you always feel uncertain and it's just messing with your peace, I feel like that's another one. What else? Actions that don't meet words, obviously. Broken plans unless it's something that they want to do. Your deep concerns don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. What else? All play, no seriousness. May show. Wait, that still matches up with words. So, inconsistency, obviously. Where do we stop at? Actions that don't meet words. Broken plans unless it's something that they want to do. Your concerns don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. What you want really doesn't matter. Inconsistencies, and multiple holes, but everybody know that. So you're not exclusive. Yeah. So those are some of the red flags to pay attention to. That shows like you're really in a situationship and it is bothering you. Like, none of that stuff should bother you if you're comfortable with being in a situationship. Like, uncertainty shouldn't bother you. Inconsistency shouldn't bother you. Broken plans shouldn't bother you. Lack of concern for what you got going on or your feelings should not bother you if that's really what you want to do, if that's really what you want to be into. Things like that really should not bother you. And I think a lot of people sacrifice themselves because they like the person so much. Like, oh, I don't want to do this, I want to be more, but that person doesn't want to be more, but I still want to deal with them, so I'm gonna sacrifice my feelings and what I want to continue doing this with them. And it just doesn't make sense at all. So now we're gonna get into trauma, because this is like situationship trauma. So trauma, what is trauma? Deeply distressing or a disturbing experience. It says see screenshot, so I'm gonna see screenshot and see what I screenshotted. Oh, I'm not in the thing. I'm not on the place I was anymore. I gotta find it again. Tisk. Okay, let's see. A deeply distressing or disturbing experience. Why did I say see screenshot? Oh, this is why. So it can also be described as emotional shock following a stressful event or physical injury, which may be associated with physical shock and sometimes leads to long-term neurosis. So, I don't know why I did that, like I cracked the case. But yes, and then I said emotional trauma. So how can you tell if someone is emotionally traumatized? Emotional trauma is recognizable by a persistent sense of unsafety and other challenging emotions such as fear and or anxiety. It is often accompanied by other physical symptoms as well as chronic insomnia, nightmares, and other health issues. So I know that it's very like crazy. I just wanted to show like emotional trauma, if you're put through it enough, it can transform into your physical reality. That's why I screenshotted it and wanted to share it. So it's like, if this is something that you're not comfortable with, or if this is something that is draining you, sooner or later it may translate into your like physical life. Like, not just, and the mind is powerful. Like once the mind is, then it's going to translate into physical. Like, and this does happen. Like, tell me when your heart breaks, you don't start feeling it physically. Like, tell me. All right then. So how is it? Oh, I jumped the gun. When I was supposed to say, how does it affect us, and then see screenshot. So that's how it affects us. Trauma is very Trauma is very serious, and emotional trauma, that's how it affects us. Everything I just listed. So it can make you more vulnerable. So the stress from emotional trauma can make you more vulnerable and also more easily prone to developing mental problems. And like I said, fear and anxiety. And why did I put relationship? Okay, I don't know what screenshot I said to look at. Oh, and then I put a fun fact because I'm a nerd, so it was like trauma is stored in the somatic memory, which is unconsciously drawn to unhealthy relationship dynamics. Y'all, I wish I would have reread this. Like, what am I doing? And there's so much good stuff in here, but okay. So trauma is actually stored in our somatic memory. So when a traumatic memory is triggered, the somatosensory, I don't know how to say that, oh my gosh. I went to school, y'all. Experience of the person relieving the memory, who can be powerful. The whole body remembers and replicates the sensations of trauma, including sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, or freeze responses. Okay, so tell me, like, when you see somebody, this happened to me once, like, you know how your heart dropped and you just, like, you feel like you gotta react. Like, this happened to me not just for like situationship trauma, relationship trauma, or anything. It happened to me, I'm not even gonna tell that story, but basically my body getting like in fight mode, and it's like, why would you want to feel like that? Like, you don't that's too much. So I'm so dramatic, but that's too much. So how that can translate into emotional trauma, like in future terms, like you can be like, everybody trying to play me, or you can have like a very big guard up, like stuff like that, and that's not cute. It's stuff that you really have to heal from. Like, trauma is something that you have to take time to heal from. Mind you, I'm not telling nobody how to heal. If you jump on that, and that's whatever you think is best, sis. Like, people find out what's best for them in the long run, as long as you're not hurting. Let me not get into that. But so, oh, and then it's like, you don't believe everything. Like, depending on what you've been through, like let's say you was with a liar, you're not gonna believe. What time is it? Okay, let me do like 5 more minutes. Let's say you're with a liar, like you're not gonna believe everything the next man says. Like, are you? Like, for me personally, I don't be believing these niggas, and that's just that. I don't know. Mind you, I feel like I healed a lot. I still have a lot of healing to do. But right now I'm in a stage where you have to show me rather than tell me. Like, like, you know, like your guard may be up from certain things due to the emotional trauma, due to the emotional stress. And it's just a point where you gotta be like, you know? So, anywho. So, I hope this is making sense, because I wanted this to flow more like a conversation, and because I didn't prep myself, it's not really flowing like that. But let me know what you guys want to talk about in the next video down below. This video not over, but let me just know. And let me know what you think I could have done better. I should have had my, next time I'm gonna have my kombucha, and we all can sit here and drink what we want to drink. You know, wine, kombucha, I don't know, seltzer, I don't know. So, how to deal with overcome. So accountability is so big. I feel like you really need to look at the relationship or whatever you had going on. You need to look at it and be like, not even like this person did this wrong. Actually, it kind of is, but you have to be prepared. Wait. You just have to be prepared to look at everything from both sides. Like, and honestly, it's hard, especially depending on what healing stage you're in. It's hard looking at it and being like, you know, this, that. But you can honestly only take accountability for yourself. It's so easy to point out what that person did wrong and to not take accountability for yourself, because honestly, the truth of the matter is, you were in that situationship, that predicament, because you allowed it. And you have to take a step back and look at yourself like, wow, I allowed this to happen. I could have walked out. I could have done this. Granted, that person may have led you on. That person may have did this, that. They didn't have to do you like that, sis or sir. They didn't have to do you like that, but they did. And it's like you have to hold accountability. In my opinion, because like I said, I'm not an expert, but in my opinion, like you really have to hold accountability for yourself. Like, did this person tell me they didn't want me? Did this person want to walk away and I ain't let them walk away? Or did this person say, hey, this ain't for us no more, and I was persistent? Like you have to look at it from all sides. So I don't know why I did that, like it's a newspaper. Accountability is very, very big. So, and then I put, oh no, why am I accountability was second, admittance was first. I can't read my own stuff. Okay, so let's pretend I said accountability second. I put admittance first because I feel like, what's the first step to everything? Like, you have to admit you have a problem. Like, you have to admit, you gotta wake up and be like, this is not for me and I want better. Like, that's it. You need to admit it to yourself, and then you go through with the accountability. So, and then if it's over, not even like you wake up and you're still in it, even if it's over, some people may be in the now, and it's like you have to be like, no, this did happen, and how do we move? And well, not we, because y'all are not a we in this circumstance I'm talking about, but this did happen, how do I move forward? So, C, forgiveness. So this is a very, what time is it? I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna pause the video to do my class. So this is very, very, I feel like, in my opinion, bad posture. I feel like, in my opinion, forgiveness is very important. First of all, you need to forgive yourself. A lot of us beat ourselves up constantly beat ourselves up over things that happen, and it's like, I don't want to say build a bridge and get over it, but you need to forgive yourself, because you need to learn how to trust yourself. You need to learn how to trust your own intuition again, so that a situation like that will not happen to you again. And then it's like you have to be, this is a little tricky for some people, but you have to be prepared to forgive the other party as well. If he did something, if she did something, you got to be able to forgive it, because honestly, it is so weighing to walk around being mad at someone. Or, you know, like, it's just, granted, I'm not saying that your anger is invalid. Most likely it's probably not. But you do have to forgive at some point, just so you can let it go and you can heal properly and you can move on properly. So, and then it's like you have to be, it's crazy because you have to be prepared for an I'm sorry that you'll probably never get. A lot of people cannot own up to what they did. A lot of people cannot hold themselves accountable. So they won't be able to be like, oh, I'm sorry for doing this, that. So you have to be able to forgive yourself, forgive them without them apologizing. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to tell like personal stories, but I feel like in some situations I never got an apology. And I've got sarcastic apologies, bitch. Let me fucking tell you. But in some situations, or it's like years later, you'll get an apology. But it's like you can't wait years for that apology to set you free. Like, and honestly, you don't want somebody to have that much power over you that them saying sorry just sets you free. No, you have to be able to forgive without their consent. Like, oh, that sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. Not without their consent. Consent is important, guys, but not like without their consent. You got to be able to forgive without hearing from them. Like, that's it. Like, they ain't say I'm sorry, but I'm gonna forget that hoe anyway. That's the energy you have to have. Like, you know, like, that's it. So what time is it? I have like 5 minutes before my class. I'm actually gonna stop recording this. I'll probably talk more about forgiving when I come back. And then this honestly went by fast. We only have like one page left. I hope I did this right. Like, I hope when I play this back, like, I really like it, because I was so crazy about doing this. So crazy about doing this. I've been in a lot of situationships, and I don't know, once you want better for yourself, granted, it is like a journey you have to take alone, obviously, but once you want better for yourself, it's like, I want better for everybody. Like, I want everybody to have this much power over their choices, like, you know. So, and then I felt like it would be really relatable. But anyway, I'll come back in 90 goddamn minutes. So thank you for watching so far. Okay, so we're back. Do I have, yo, I'm not even gonna get into it, but we're back. It might be a little brighter because along with this light, I turned on this light over here, which looks better. Hold on. Does this look better? And I reapplied that Fenty thing I was talking about. I feel like, I don't know what I like. I really don't know what I like, but I'm gonna just keep it like this. Y'all, I was so cold, like freezing, because I had this on. This is like my cute little robe. It's not my warm robe. But anyway, okay, so what did we leave off with? We left off, let me slouch down so y'all can see me just a little bit. So we left off, does it look like I'm bloated? I just ate like my dinner while I was doing that class. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully it don't look like I'm bloated. Hopefully everything is copacetic. So wait, where was I? Okay, so how to deal with overcome. We said admittance, we said accountability, we said forgiveness. Now, something I did want to say about forgiveness, I already said it, but I want to say it the way I wrote it. You need to be okay without hearing... Wait. I like how I wrote this. You know, I'm poetic sometimes. But it says you need to be okay without hearing apologies you deserve but will never meet your ears. That's what you need. That's I think I forgot to say the you deserve part. I forgot to say, like, it's crazy. It's crazy, like, when you know you deserve an apology, you know something wrong was done to you, but it's like, it's not coming. And you literally have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with going on with your life without hearing that apology, without hearing it. And I think I talk about closure in this. Wait. Oh, closure is actually next on the list. So closure. This is a tricky one. And honestly, this is all my... Sorry, I just said... that was mad. I'm so sorry. That was mad. Whatever. So closure is actually next on the list. So how to deal with it. So we said admittance, we said accountability, we said forgiveness, and now closure. So do you need closure? Listen, well, just hear me out on this. Yes, you do need closure. I don't care what nobody say, you need some goddamn closure, okay? And it's not what you think it is. At least for me, it is not what you think it is. You need closure, but you do not need the other party there to give it to you. You do not need, what's the word? I forgot the word, and I don't even think I wrote it in here, but it's a word, like, it's a word. It's not accountability. It's, gosh, what is it? I forgot what the word is, but basically, I forgot what the word is, but basically, you do need closure. You do need to sit there and sit in it. And some people don't need to do, everybody's different. But for me, what I think is that closure is needed, but you do not need to go and ring that man phone up, ring that girl phone, ring that man phone up and down just for them to tell you what happened. You were there. You know what happened. You need to sit with yourself and process what happened. You do not need that other person there, and that's just facts. I'm gonna be real honest with you. It would be nice. It would be so nice. But let's just face it. If you were in this situation, in reality, they don't give about your feelings anyway. Okay, they do not, and that's honestly, that's just being honest. And it's like, even if they do, are they in a place where they can have that conversation with you, where they can sit there and marinate on those topics with you, where they can sit there and give you feedback? Because a lot of times when people reach out for closure, they want to hear what they want to hear. Are you prepared to hear something that's not in your little fantasy world? Like, are you really prepared for that? Because your feelings might end up getting hurt more if we're really being honest with each other. I feel like I'm bobbing my head a lot. But yeah, so my little egghead. Okay, so do you need it? Yes, of course, but you don't need the other party there for that. So last page. This is actually going by faster than I thought. I should have asked questions on my Instagram story, but and then it's like, oh, I already said that. I was gonna say to tell you what you already know, but we know. So this is my favorite part. So building yourself back up. So what that looks like to you in a healthy way. I cannot stress that enough. So this is my favorite part. Building yourself back up. Whatever that looks like to you in a healthy way. I said it again so I can stress the healthy way part. You need to do it in a healthy way. You cannot get your feelings, I don't care who did what did who. You cannot go out into the world, get your feelings hurt, and think it's okay to continuously have a cycle of hurting people because you want someone to feel like you felt. Let me tell you something. The other person will not feel those people's hurt that you just hurt because they hurt you. They will not. Like, I don't know why. Two wrongs do not make a right. And I notice it's like a vicious healing cycle that a lot of people have. But two wrongs literally do not make a right. I don't know what y'all learned in kindergarten, but that's what I was sitting there learning in elementary. So what that looks like to me is healing. It's alone time. It's working on trust. Discernment. Discernment is such a big word. Yeah, I was sitting under, I was like under the vent for so long doing that class. Mind you, I think it's still going. Like, at the end of the class, like the last 20 minutes, he was just talking about, the last 20 minutes he was advertising something else. Like, something else he wanted us to buy. And I'm just like, let me get the fuck out. Okay, so what is discernment? And I really think this is such a great word. Like, I goddamn love it. Love it. This discernment. The ability to judge well. That means, and a lot of times when we get in these situations, I feel like we lose ourselves having too much faith in someone that we shouldn't have put that much faith in. You get me? So it's like you start to not trust your intuition. You start to not trust your gut. You start to not trust your mind. So the ability to judge well. I'm gonna say the Christian version as well, because it has it here. It says, in Christian context, perception in the absence of judgment with a view to obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding. Okay, I just feel like discernment is so important. You need to be able to look at things clearly and decide if that's for you. Like, okay, let's say someone does something to me. I was in a situation shit. I feel like, I'm so sorry for my posture then. But let's say someone does something to me and I go into another situation, fresh out. My feelings are hurt. I don't trust, but this seems like a good guy, right? I have to I have to look at this situation. First of all, I'm fresh out, and I'm not talking about for everybody because some people, I don't know, y'all build different. I'm talking about people who like me. So y'all can go into something and you can date, you can whatever. If you're like me, you need to marinate on stuff. I can't just start talking to somebody else because when I do that, it's like I don't trust this person. This person about to do me wrong. This person about to do me grimy. I don't even want to talk to him. Like it's like, and I don't know. You just have to. You have to know yourself. You have to get that back. Trusting yourself more. So after discernment, I put confidence. You have to build up your confidence. And I'm not even about to say, because I remember a lot of people were getting on Jordan Woods. I don't know, she made this post to her man about how he helped her so much. I'm not saying you have to be 1,000% there. I just feel like you have to be doing the work and actively doing the work and not relying on someone else's perception of you to build your own self back up. Because when you rely on someone else's perception of you, you're giving that new person so much power, and guess what? They're going to be gone and they're going to break you down so much more, because now that's two absences. That's two people that you're looking at. Oh, what didn't they see in me? When didn't they do this? With blah 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 blah. Because you didn't start the structure yourself, like with your own willpower. Does that make sense? Like I feel like I just talked in like 3 different types of codes, but that's just like what it is. So building up that confidence, and like I said, you do not have to be 1,000% there. A lot of people get their spouses or whatever, or go back in life and they're not 1,000% there, but they're trying, and that's what matters. Getting back to yourself means constantly showing up for yourself. Getting back, and honestly, everyone has off days, everyone needs rest days, but it's like after this rest day, I'm gonna get back on the horse. That's literally what it is. So patience. I lack patience so deep, like, and I've been told I have a lot of patience, but for myself, I have no patience. And I know that sounds terrible, but I feel like when dealing with yourself, you need patience. You need to, you know what I didn't write on this list? Grace. When I tell you I love the word, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Because I love saying you need to give people grace, or I love saying you need to give yourself grace. And I'm so surprised that I did not write that on that list. But I feel like grace is like another form of patience. Okay, simple elegance or refinement. Oh, not that. Courteous goodwill. Wait. Give. What does it mean to give grace? What? How many minutes I got left? 23. What does it mean to give someone grace? There you go. Okay, because I don't know how to. Why is it saying that? Because I don't know how to explain stuff. So it says, when we show grace to others, it's about showing kindness to someone else even when they don't deserve it. Grace is going out of your way to give your compassion, kindness, and love to someone, even if they might not appreciate it or return the favor. So I feel like let's say you was in a situationship and you were constantly giving that person grace. Honestly, that's literally my life. I feel like I constantly give these niggas grace. So let's say you're in a situation and you're constantly giving grace, constantly giving grace, constantly giving grace. And now you're trying to build yourself back up, but you're not giving that grace to yourself now. Like, does that make sense? You were able to constantly forgive, constantly overlook, constantly give chances, but you cannot give that to yourself when you're trying to build yourself back up. Baby, no, that don't make sense. But So I'm so shocked that I did not write that on this paper, but grace. That's the only phone, y'all. I don't know what's gonna happen if I break it, but so let's just go through it again and let me know down in the comments certain stuff that makes you feel better, certain stuff that helps build yourself back up. I'm not going through like very specifics. This is just like broad. Like healing can mean anything. Like healing can mean praying. Healing can mean being with your thoughts. Healing can mean going out and dressing up. Child, healing can mean so much to different people. Are my glasses crooked? So healing can mean like so much like to different people. I hope I don't look like fat. Oh my gosh. So let's just go through the list again. Building yourself back up, I put healing, alone time, working on trust and discernment. We looked up the definition for discernment, confidence, patience, and grace. Let me know if there's anything else that works for you in the comment section below. Why is my camera about to die? So, how to prevent it. I'm going to try to go through this mad fast because my camera is acting like how it acts. Mind you, I pre-charged my camera for this exact moment. So, preventing, knowing your worth, knowing yourself. What am I easy to fall victim to? What am I, blah, 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 blah. What am I easy to fall victim to? What will cause me to relapse? So that's like, if I like a man with dreads and I'm not ready and a man with dreads walk by with some good smelling cologne, will I fall victim? Will I fall victim? That's really what it is. Or like, let's say this one guy knows exactly like how to get you to respond. Like, how do you have to stop yourself from responding if they're no good for you. So what am I easy to fall victim to? What are my triggers? If I'm sitting alone in a shop and I don't know, you know how you smell something and it just reminds you of your childhood? Like stuff like that. Like what will trigger you into getting back into that zone where you're just easy to prey on for these situationships? So I'm so mad because my camera's about to die. Oh my god. So what will make me relapse and fall into those repeated patterns? And if you want to get deeper, oh, you know what? What will make me fall into those repeated patterns? I feel like I wanted to say this a lot of times. What makes us fall into these patterns is our lack of respect for ourselves, our lack of integrity, our lack of self-worth. And that's something that we can go into and okay, let's do this quick because I only charged my camera for like 15 more minutes. So I don't know where I stopped off at, but I think I stopped off at, and if you want to get deeper, what made me this way? I cannot stand when people misdiagnose like daddy issues or mommy issues, because it's just so common that people want to just throw it on you. But it's just like, what made me this way? Like, and honestly, I hate when people misdiagnose it just, you know, to be I don't want to curse, just to be those type of people, just to be annoying, and you don't even know what's really going on under the surface. So, but in that same breath, I will say sometimes stuff like that is the case. Sometimes you're settling for these situations because you're looking for a love you never received in life. So now you're just grasping at straws, wanting something so bad, confusing love with what it's not, stuff like that. So, and then I did that. And then, am I ready to try again? You have to be honest with yourself. Are you ready to try again? Are you ready to fully trust? Are you ready to fully commit? Are you ready to try something new and get that person out your head? You have to be honest with yourself. Like I said, it's what works for you. As long as you're not hurting anyone in the process, is what works for you. Like I said, that I'm pretty sure, well, there are a lot of relationships where people weren't fully ready, but when you're with the right person and they have that patience, they have that faith in you and your relationship, and vice versa, because I'm assuming like you don't want a situationship, so then it's different. Like, you guys can grow together, you know what I mean? But that's not the case for everybody, so you have to be that's just not the case for everybody. So you have to say, like, are you ready? So am I ready? Being honest with I can't talk. Being honest with what you want and not taking no for an answer or settling. This is a big, big, big one when it comes to preventing situationships. Do you want a situationship? I'm pretty sure we asked this question. Well, I asked this question at the beginning of the video, or I should have, because it was definitely in the notes to ask. But is this something that you yourself want? Like, is it what you want? And then in that, you need to know the difference between what is a compromise and what is settling and or breaking boundaries slash crossing lines. There is a big difference between compromise and settling, and I feel like a lot of people get the two confused. Compromise, you should feel good in a compromise because everything is happening with your partner, with your spouse, for the greater good. Settling is when you're going to be completely unhappy. You're just doing something just to do it, just to say whatever, just to make somebody else happy. Crossing lines, crossing boundaries, that's big as well. Honestly, if you guys want a part 2, we can go very in depth with it. I'm trying to hurry up because I only charged my camera for like 15 more minutes because I wanted to get this over with. So not in a bad way, like I'm actually enjoying this. It's just a lot going on, and this is my fault because I need to charge an extra battery so I can just switch out batteries. Like, I knew what I was getting myself into. And then we're gonna go into some of the stuff that we said for building yourself back up. So trust, discernment, patience, intuition, things like that is what comes in knowing yourself. And then for the last one, I put communication and intentions. You need to have those open dialogue discussions. Actually, yes. So that's part of the 3. So you need to have those open talks, those, so you can know what's happening, because people are not mind readers. As much as we sit here and we want to be like, no, he know, or she know, or they know, most likely they do not know. Like, let's just assume people are dumb. Like, let's just, I mean, a lot of people are, but let's just assume like people are dumb and they don't know what you want. You need to be, it's hard to have those conversations, but I personally feel like it's better to just talk it out. Like, come straight forward, say what you want, say what you need, say what you mean, say what you feel. And if they don't feel the same way, someone gotta go. That's the end of it. But someone gotta go. So we're gonna go through this again. So the 3 preventative aspects that I think are knowing your worth, knowing yourself, and communication, open communications, and intention. Wait, what did I do for? Knowing your worth, knowing yourself, open communications, and intentions. So I'm going to quickly go through knowing yourself one more time. So what am I easy to fall victim to, relapse? What are my triggers? What will make me relapse and fall into those repeated patterns and cycles? And if you want to get deeper, what made me this way? Am I ready to try again? Being honest with what you want and not taking no for an answer or settling. And that means knowing the difference between what is a compromise, what is settling and breaking boundaries. Oh wait, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Setting boundaries and sticking to it, trust, discernment, patience, and intuition. I feel like these are all, well, that is all in the little section of knowing yourself. But like I said, the big 3 to prevent is knowing your worth, knowing yourself, and having open communications and setting intentions. So, what is that noise? Oh, that's the AC. So that is the video. I'm so sorry to rush at the end, but my camera is dying. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please, let's have a discussion in the comments. This is honestly something that is very, I don't want to say dear to me, but it's happened. I've been in situationships, and I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I wanted to talk about it because, I don't know, I don't think falling into these patterns of hurting other people is cute, getting into more situationships. I really think like it's 2022. We should all be knowing ourselves, knowing our. So my camera died, and I'm not waiting another 15-20 minutes to charge it. Like, I knew better. I need to do better. But it was something, and then it's like it's such a hassle to, because it's like the iPhone, it doesn't pick up the same. Like, you have to do this thing. When I use Final Cut Pro, it's like, I don't know, but my lips look good as fuck. But anyway, so I'm gonna close out this video here. I just feel like, you know, we're all getting, even if you're not getting older, I just feel like it comes a point where you really need to stop playing games with your heart and your peace of mind. And I just felt like making this video for anybody else who was going through it or having questions. And like I said, I would love to have like a dialogue or a conversation in the comments. So please, and if you want a part 2 where I dig deeper on stuff and talk about stuff, mind you, I am not a licensed professional. This is just my opinion. I'm not, you know, I'm not professional, nothing. It's just my opinion. It's just, and I feel like I did like pretty unbiased. Like, I feel like I did good. Well, you know, pat on the back just for me. I personally feel like I did good. But my name is Ibony. Thank you for watching my video and just sitting here listening to me talk. Let me know if you want a part 2, but if you do want a part 2, just specify on what you want me to touch on or what you want me to dig deeper on. Tell me what you enjoy. Tell me what you want to see next. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, wonderful night. And know your worth. Know yourself. But thank you so much for watching my video. Have a, maybe there's a better angle. Thank you so much for watching my video. My name is Ibony. Have a nice night and stay tuned for more. Bye.